Hi there guys, my name is Samuel and today we shall be taking a look at set 75956, the Quidditch Match, which costs £35, €40.40, and this released in 2018 with the new Harry Potter reboot wave, or the Wizarding World, if that's what you like to call it. And yeah, overall I think this is a really great set, guys. Remember to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you like to. Without further ado, let's jump straight to the minifigures. So first off, with the minifigures, we have the Gryffindor teams. We have Harry Potter in his Quidditch uniform, then we have Oliver Wood in his Quidditch uniform, then we have Hermione Granger in her casual Gryffindor outfit, which this is from, I believe, the Philosopher's Stone, and apologies, I keep messing it up every time, and that is why, yeah, that is, I believe, the setting, well, time period setting of this movie. So starting off with Hermione, I have shown her, I believe, twice now in basically 3 out of the 4 Harry Potter, no, out of the 6, okay, no, it doesn't work, because out of the 4 retail sets I've actually shown, 3 of them have all got the same Hermione, which is kind of ironic. I've only just realised the pattern, but there you can see Hermione, and there you can see Harry and, what was his name again? Oliver. Sorry, for some reason, the Quidditch members, I never exactly remember who is who, and as you can see, there is a bit of something there, but yeah, here you can see Harry Potter and Oliver. They have the same body printing, I believe, and yeah, I think these are really good minifigures, and popping off their hair pieces, you can see their faces a bit better, which there is Harry's, and I believe Oliver's is I think it was originally in that Star Wars Battle Pack. And then here you can see their capes, and lifting them up you can see their robes, which, yeah, I think they look really good minifigures. And there's Hermione's back face printing and body printing, torso printing, and yeah, there's Harry's alternative face, and yeah, he doesn't have one. But overall, here are these minifigures, and yeah, I think they're really good. And I'll get onto something interesting that I've read concerning the series 2 of the Harry Potter minifigures. And next up, we have Professor Severus Snape, Lucian Bolton, Marcus Flint, and as you can see, here are their detailing. Severus Snape we've already looked at in the other set, technically 2 other sets, and there is their Slytherin uniforms, which he has, I forgot to show the broomsticks, but they're literally just the ordinary broomsticks. And, well, apart from this one, which I believe that is the right way around, it has I don't remember, but that red ball that they fire off, and that is the weirdest build ever. Then he also has the baton, which I think works really well. Then it also has the broom, but then focusing back in on the characters here, you can see their body printing, which I think it looks really good personally. I think the robe detailing has been done really well. You can see it for both of them. Then it has the classic bowl haircut. I believe, is that the one? No, that is not the one that Harry used, but I know it's a classic one. I can't at the top of my head remember where it's from. Was that potentially? I will have to think about that one. But here you can see their facial print, Snape looking angry. And then, yeah, here are the capes, which an interesting thing that I never get. So Professor Snape in this scene, as I'll show you in a minute, the whole idea about this, well, there's a whole feature in quite a big part of the scene, is where his cape gets set on fire. So why doesn't he have a cape? Like, I will show you this later, but I think it would have worked much better with a cape. But let's jump straight into the actual build of the set. I just checked it up, and I was right. It was the Ron hairpiece from the original 202 wave. I don't remember what year it said, but I believe it was the 202 range. And yeah, as you can see, here are the, well, little builds. As I'm just going to quickly put that baton back in his hand. Here we can see the little setup here. So removing the minifigures, we have just a little stand with the trophy, which is pretty cool. I guess it just sets up the display a bit. Then we have the chest, which has a lot of studs, which is what the stud shooter is for over there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, it works really well. Then you have a spare one of these, and something I quickly wanted to show you, I completely forgot to show, is the little snitch, which I remember seeing this, and this is before I was going to collect all the Harry Potter sets. I was like, wow, and I was so happy when it came in the minifigure series, but yeah. So starting off from the right-hand side with the Gryffindor Quidditch Podium stand, here you can see these Technic holes, so you can connect it to this, and technically if you added some extra parts, the more cornered ones, I think that would work if you wanted to. But here you can see this little entrance, and I believe this is the entrance where the members generally fly in. It's a shame we don't have one from each stand, but for the like the whole size of the set, that would have not been possible unless they put everything into one stand, which would not have been great. And yeah, here you can see that there's not really too much else to show on that. You've got these smooth tiles down here. Then moving up here, you can see a little spot for one minifigure to fit, and sadly Hagrid, I do believe, looking at that, yeah, he would not be able to fit, which is obviously a shame because Harry, Ron and Hermione and were like three of Harry's biggest supporters. But yeah, here you can see that it's quite a nice bit of shaping. It goes out, then it kind of just cuts in and out, which is really cool. And yeah, there is the top, which I think looks really awesome. There is a flag, and yeah, that is kind of it for the podium, though. I think that's a really cool one. So yeah, there is the podium. Then from the left, let's have a look at the slithering one. As you can see, this is basically the same shape. All of them have basically got all the same cutting out and techniques like that. It's just a couple things to customize them. And as you can see, this one has sticker and a stickers. And as you can see, plural, here you can see there are these 4 stickers, which I think are great. And yeah, here is the slithering one, which, apologies if it coming out blurry. It seems like it is, but I've not done anything different with the lighting, so I'm not too sure there. But here you can see that. It's a shame that they didn't put the right corresponding brick colour underneath. That would have been cool. Here you can see that side. And then taking a look at the podium, here you have this fire part, which I will show you in a minute. And that's basically the same. Here you can see this little area, which potentially could be for Hermione if she wants to stand and do the whole scene. And then here you can see the roof and the flag. And the part that I kind of don't exactly like is, so here we have Professor Severus Snape. He just about fits in there. So that is really cool. So this fire, sorry, the thing is not focusing in, there we go. The fire is not on the back, so it doesn't exactly work. It doesn't, because it was at the back of his cloak, so it would have made more sense if that was back, but then this is like the generic build for all 4 of them. But then if you do add a cloak, which I always keep him as, it still doesn't reach. But then you could argue that sometimes he wears he kind of wears it more over his arm and his shoulder, which that sort of does make sense, but then that kind of works. But then, yeah, I don't know, I feel like this could have done potentially a little bit of refining, definitely. But overall, I still think this is a really good podium. Taking a look at the left here, we have the Hufflepuff stand, which, as you can see, they are all attached. This lot is these 3 structures which are built on their own, and then you connect them at the end. So here you can see the podium. Here you can see the 4 Hufflepuff stickers with the symbol there, and yeah, the stripes, and I think that looks really cool. And this is the stand where they have the counters, so there is one more if you want to make it even. But as you can see, I got 2 to 3 for Slytherin and Gryffindor. And then turning this around here, you can see the side of it. Again, it is basically the same structure, but then this time there is kind of just an empty, clean area, kind of like the Gryffindor one. I think this has got the best amount of space, I want to say, due to the fact you have a bit of interior, which they have the symbol, so you can have Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, then you can do all the different combinations. And here you can see the little seat, and yeah, I think that looks really cool in there. And yeah, it's a good little seat. I do keep wondering why there's a little gap, but I think that does make sense because quite a lot of wooden structure to these in the actual movie. And here you can see this Technic beam. And if we quickly just take a look at all the Technic beams, they run all the way through to the other one. Then taking a look at the Ravensclaw one, here you can see the little banner, which I think looks really cool with the bird on it. And yeah, here is the stickers again with the colour matching in the background. That doesn't exactly work, but that potentially may be what it was intended for. Maybe I'm not understanding that properly. Here you can see this little plant down here. Only this and the Slytherin one have it, so they're on opposing sides. Well, one in this corner and then one that side. Here you can see the blue and the grey, which I think is a great colour combination. Definitely, I'm a Gryffindor, I would say, but still a great colour combination. And yeah, overall, I think this is great. Definitely having a look at these is great. Then, as you can see, again, here is the Technic part, which this is all how it connects it all, and there's those corner elements. Then taking a look at the actual Quidditch field, as you can see, here is the little base. You can see this is where the goalposts are, and yeah, I think this is really cool. It's not much else to show. Here you can see this stud shooter, which I think it's all right. It doesn't exactly make sense, but I believe that is because there was something I know that fires it, or maybe it's meant to give the intention. I know it's one of those two things. And then here you can see the translucent part, which, apologies, I keep hitting the camera. I don't know why. It just keeps happening. That is what it looks like without it. So that kind of, I guess you could take that out and fill it in. But then the idea is that you have these translucent parts to kind of give the image that they're flying. And as you saw earlier, this this black switch with, oh yeah, that's why I was looking at the brown connecting rod part. Basically, the idea is that you can kind of move him along, but be careful. It is kind of hard to do it without firing him off, so it is kind of meant to give the illusion that they are flying, which I always like that inclusion. I always think it's good, and yeah, I think that works really well. Then taking a look at the hoops here, you can see there are those big ring pieces, and they're stuck onto, well, they're on these big poles. And yeah, I think that looks really cool. Then a part I forgot to say, sorry, there is a little megaphone. That is where they shout the scores out. And here is the top of this place. And there is the other one, which, yeah, overall, I think this is a really good set. And quickly, if I pop out these, my apologies, I completely forgot to show these. Here is the Raven's Claw and the Hufflepuff stickers. So here you can see that scoreboard and that one, which I think is really cool. Then here you can see the Gryffindor and the Slytherin one, yeah. So I think overall this is a really good build. Here you can see, guys, I have added Madam Hooch from the Bricktober pack. I've added a cape, as I already said. Then I've added Dean Thomas and Draco Malfoy from the collectible minifigure series 1 from Harry Potter or the Wizarding World or Fantastic Beasts, how you prefer to call it. And here you can see what it looks like. Overall, I think this is a really good set. It's definitely a bit sad that we don't have other characters for Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff, but I think that is still fine. Well, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, sorry, I've said it the other way around. But one interesting fact that someone said is we saw Ron in his Quidditch outfit, because that's a completely element I forget about, that he won his being Quidditch. And in that, like what they said about it, that we have 3 members for Slytherin, then we have the 2 for Gryffindor, and they said that potentially, because we've already got the figure design in the mirror, so there's a chance that maybe it'll be made into one. So yeah, and here you can see Dean Thomas with his flag, which I will show in the CMF. Potentially I'll try and do that before number 2 comes out, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until tomorrow's video, bye for now. I think this is a great set. Bye for now.